My special skill is attracting comments from people who are attributing malice and negative intent from the most innocent videos that I have made. All right, I'll tell you about what's going on. So the latest gem of a comment that I woke up to this morning was that basically I am being political, apparently. Me. The great pains that I go to on this channel and on my art channel to never talk about politics ever are above and beyond what any normal human is probably capable of. It just speaks to my level of restraint, really, that I almost never delve into these topics. I will talk around them, but that's not what we're here for. I am not trying to polarize people that are watching, and I basically don't think people are entitled to know about my political opinions, frankly. That's not what any of my channels are about. And yet over on my art channel, for the second time, I'm getting read for filth in the comments. I really didn't need this week. Like, this honestly is energy I really did not need this week, but it's okay. So you don't have to write your sorry or feel bad for me in the comments. It's just humorous, verging on absurd. Okay, that's the situation that we're dealing with. Let me tell you more detail. Sorry, I know I'm talking around it. Hang in there. I have an art channel. That channel is very healthy right now. It is about art. It's about watercolor. It's about embroidery. You know, it is pretty tame stuff, people, okay? I mean, if you're gonna get your panties in a bunch, I would have thought that that would be the least likely place that that was gonna happen. And yet, here we are. I released a video, and the video is just doing some paint swatches of my favorite Polish brand, Watercolor paints. This is the most placid kind of content you can imagine. I am literally painting circles of watercolor, and we were watching the paint dry. Yes, we're watching the paint dry. And yet, this is the comment that I got this morning. From Maria, certainly I'm not one to get political, but Poland has taken over 1 million refugees from Ukraine since Russia's invasion, providing education, health services, and employment opportunities. I think buying art products based on your political views could be fraught if not fully informed. Apologies, I don't mean to be offensive and respect your right to express your opinion. Okay then, so fine. Did I say anything political? Let's just see what I said. And I almost hesitate to roll this because it's so boring if you're not somebody interested in art, but just please do listen to the messaging. Okay, here we go. It's just not one of my favorites. This to me is like not, well, I don't want to say anything bad about Roman Schmal paints because I think they're fabulous. This is what was said in the video. Okay, I don't want to say anything bad about Roman Schmal paints because I think they're fabulous. Where am I taking the business away from Poland or from this company? Where? I'm literally endorsing them. This whole video is an endorsement for Roman Schmal Paints, which is the paint brand based in Poland. But there's a better one that's more affordable, and I would be remiss not to tell you about that. There's a better one that's more affordable. Okay, again, what's political or offensive about this? Okay, fine, but maybe we'll get to it. Let's see. So instead of getting this ultramarine violet, I'm going to suggest that you support Rosa Gallery, a Ukrainian paint maker. At the risk of sounding like a broken record, I have said before that look at that, look how pigmented that is. They are a Ukrainian watercolor maker, and I think for reasons that I probably don't have to get into, you'll understand why I think it's nice to support them right now. Look at how much you get with just a tiny dip of the brush. So that's, my friends, why I think you should get Rosa's Violet instead of ultramarine violet. It's weak. This is very strong. So instead of getting this one paint, this is a paint worth about $6, by the way, I'm going to suggest you support Rosa Galleries, who are based in Ukraine. So for reasons I think that we probably don't have to get into, never do I say the war word. Am I saying anything negative about Poland or anything? No. Could you be any more vague? I couldn't have been any more vague, I think, about this if I tried. It's nice to support them right now. How do you take this and twist it to make it into something where I'm saying take money out of Polish children's mouths? How do we get there? How do we get there? On a basic human level, are we not talking about people who would be working at Rosa Galleries where they make paint, who would be going under what I presume is a huge amount of psychological distress, even if they are not on a war front, or maybe they are. I don't know a huge amount about Rosa Galleries' positioning, where they are, what they've gone through, but I would imagine if they are Ukrainian, which they are, they've been going through absolute hell lately. It's the W word. It's war. War is the objective situation that is going on right now in the Ukraine that I am alluding to and I'm not even saying in this video. And so this is this person's comment. It beggars belief that someone would take the time to write this petty thing Where is this intent that I'm trying to take anything away? I'm talking about a $3.50 tiny little cube of watercolor paint. And yet I guess I don't know what I'm talking about, right? There is no war in Ukraine. I guess only Poland is suffering. What did I say to elicit this comment from this person? I will give them the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps it's something to do with their captions. Perhaps they're not a native English speaker. Perhaps they heard me use some sort of qualifiers or some sort of speech that would imply that I don't think you should support a Polish brand. I never said that. There's $200 plus worth of paints from Polish brand Roman Szmal in here and $8 worth of paints. Actually, maybe not even. Nope, there's $4 worth of Ukrainian paints in this. I voted with my money, so I don't know what this person is talking about. Helen in editing here. I've given this some thought since I've made this, and I'm just quickly doing the edit to get it up to you guys today. I'm pretty sure this is about anti-refugee sentiment. I'm not 100% sure, but just this person's fixation on the money that they've spent helping Ukrainians leads me to believe that they are in fact the person who's politically motivated and just feels that Poland has maybe contributed hugely to the safety of Ukrainian refugees. And that's what this is really motivated by, in which case I wish they would have just said it instead of me having to try and rack my brain as to what the purpose was behind this. But I would like to hear your opinion. You let me know what you think that this is about. It's just that they mentioned that the aid and the number of people that they've helped, and that just really made me think that they're resentful somehow. So you let me know. Oh, and also please don't go and comment on this person's comment. I might even delete it, so don't waste your time doing that. If you do want to help me though, just maybe watch some more of my videos. That's all I ever actually ask for. This is typical. This is typical of the kind of comment that I often get. People will attribute nastiness to me where there has not been any. There has never been any. I have an edge to my personality. I will tell you, I am a normal human. I'm not sunshine, slow living, happiness, so gentle all the time. I can be pushed. I'm just a normal human. I choose not to bring that energy here to YouTube because I don't think that that's what's needed. I don't think more of that is needed in the world. And yet I get accused of not actually my own personality faults, but ones that are like over and above how I actually am. It's so wild. All right, let's just quickly go back to the comment. Okay, certainly I'm not one to get political. This is 100% political, but okay, fine, whatever. Go off, Queen. Poland has taken over 1 million refugees from Ukraine since Russia's invasion, providing education, health services, and employment opportunities. Okay. What did I say about Poland? Sorry, I failing to understand the connection here. Like, how can you be that thin-skinned? These are your neighbors. Objectively, they're at war. That seems to be the humane thing to do. I'm not questioning that anywhere in the video. I'm just saying it's nice to support Rosa galleries. I literally did not say anything else other than that. I think buying art products based on your political views could be fraught if not fully informed. I do in fact buy art products based on my political views. I do, and that's my right to do so. I vote with my money. Also, that's pretty rich considering I spent, as I said, like $200 on paints from Poland, and nowhere do I ever discourage people, except for this one particular paint. We're talking about a $4 paint to maybe buy from Rosa Galleries, and I'm just trying to shed light on a company that is not as well known. What's the problem? And also, I do take issue with this if not fully informed. Fully informed again on what? There is such a thing called the Ukraine war. It's not the Polish war right now, and I'm not saying they're not being affected, but the objective reality here is that I'm talking about a country that is at war, if not fully informed. So I guess what you would take from this is that I should be supporting a Polish company instead because they've done so much for the people of Ukraine. This was never Poland versus Ukraine, and I'm sorry that the person chose to perceive it that way. What a strange read on an innocent comment. You can support two companies at once. Last I checked, I literally made a whole video, this video, about it, right? This swatching video. Okay, but anyway, sometimes though you don't need to say anything, and that's where it gets kind of even more interesting. So let's have a look at the response to this because, you know, sometimes, well, let's just put it this way. I've pretty much decided that I will not respond to comments accusing me of an intent that I do not have. I should not have to defend myself. I will not defend myself anymore. And the kind of cool thing is I don't even have to. Someone else usually will step up and do it for me. R9Y6P responded, sort of subquoting me, "This violet looks better than this." Well, actually, Poland has taken refugees. What? How is that relevant to the topic? How is that supposed to change the fact that one color is different from another? Anyway, I got interested and looked for some information. Ukrainian refugees in 2024 paid about $4 billion to the Polish budget with taxes and contributions. I hope it will calm you down. I hope it will calm down your urge to spread passive-aggressive hatred. Right, so like I said, I didn't have to say anything. Someone else clapped back for me. I didn't even have to do the dirty work. I actually hadn't even thought about that. That's correct. You might have taken refugees, and you might think that that puts you on this huge moral high ground, and compared to some other countries, it does. But let's not forget that those refugees presumably have to contribute and are working too, as this person has pointed out, right? Look, the idea of talking about refugees is especially politically fraught. That is also something I never talk about here, you know? But to get accused of talking about something for which I am not fully well-versed in, when I've only said the most simple and like fairly innocuous sentence, is so wild. It's so wild. Anyway, that's how my week has been. So again, no apologies needed. You know, don't feel bad for me. This is the water that I'm swimming in here on YouTube. This is common stuff. It doesn't happen on my original channel though. Seems to happen on the art channel. The other situation I am talking about is how I sold this picture of a bird to one of my audience members. This person wasn't accusing me of being political or anything, but in the comments I had someone say, well, I hope you told them that the paper you used basically is subpar, is not archival quality. Like as if my audience member who I've had a friendship with, which I described, who I have a personal friendship with, saw this little painting, was like, oh, I want to support you and I want to buy your very first painting. As if that's what they're thinking about. As if that person was worried about it being archival quality paper, which by the way, apparently there was nothing wrong with the paper at all. So the whole ridiculousness of the comment was moot. So that's another one on my art channel. So I'll link these below if you care to watch any of this nonsense. I chose to put this video here because I just thought that my art channel could not take another comment reaction video. Like that's not what I want that channel to be about. But that was not the drama that I needed to wake up to. I'm fine though. It's you know, don't cry for me, Argentina. Okay, we'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.